is an honor and a privilege to introduce you today an inspiring leader for sustainable development, Dr. Joy Pawar, the director of Deepak Foundation. Dr. Pawar has been the helm of Deepak Foundation for the past 13 years, overseeing transformative projects that focus on livelihood generation, skills development, research, and ecological restoration. With an impressive career spanning over 2 decades, she brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise in natural source management and has led numerous large-scale multi-sectoral initiatives. These include key areas like agriculture, water resource development, animal husbandry, and sustainable practices that empower communities. Before joining Deepak Foundation, Dr. Pawar contributed significantly to ecological restoration and protected area management during her tenure with GIR Foundation and the Gujarat Ecological Commission. Her remarkable work reflects her passion for building capacity of communities, especially women farmers, by fostering their understanding of sustainable agriculture and allied sectors. Her work in liaising with state and central governments and implementing impactful public-private partnership projects has further strengthened her reputation as a visionary leader in development and sustainability. With a PhD in zoology, Dr. Pawar's academic expertise underpins her practical achievements, making her a role model for professionals and students alike. So dear students, let us welcome Dr. Pawar. I would now request Stuti and Krisha to present a bouquet as a token of warm and sincere welcome.
Training, I am a zoologist, and what I'm right now currently doing is, development work. So it is something very different. So this just one point to tell you outright at the beginning is that you will start out with something in life and you may end up somewhere, but it is something very satisfying. So don't worry about that part. You are just at the beginning of your journey of your career. And right now the best thing would be to focus on your studies and also build your knowledge. So this is just the beginning for you. Enjoy your college life and let this be a base for your future development. I think this is one of the few universities, and I'm really proud to be associated with this initiative, that most of the students are, all of you in fact are not from the development background. Most of you are from School of Science or School of Technology or School of Business. But your university has taken the efforts to orient you about the development sector. I think not many universities do this. And why this is very important? Because all of you, through your professions, whether you become engineers or you are into pure sciences, or you get into businesses, you are going to contribute to the development of the country. And unless you really understand the need, and as I'm sure many of you must be from rural areas as well. So unless you really understand the need of the rural areas also, of the tribal areas, because these are the people who constitute most of the population, and your GDP also comes a lot from agriculture and other allied sectors. So unless you have a deep understanding about this sector, you really won't be actually be able to contribute. Or if you have an understanding, you'll be able to do it better. Many of you might be also aspiring to get into civil services or into armed forces. So there also, in your competitive exams, you need to have understanding of certain things. So I think I would like to thank the university for giving your students this opportunity for getting oriented into the development sector. I hope I'm sure you guys are, some of you guys are also going to visit our project locations in Nandesari and other nearby areas to look at the kind of projects that we are doing. So my talk will give you a basic idea about what it is really to work in a village, in a tribal area. What are the problems there? So even if you are a little bored or feel a little yaar kya chal raha types, please bear with me, do listen. You may connect at some point because we work in many sectors and somewhere or the other one feels a kind of connect with the rural areas or the tribal areas or some of the sectors that we really work in. I would just like to know how many of you are from a rural area. You can just give a hands up. How many are you from the villages? Okay, not many. So most of you are from urban kids. How many of you have visited any villages? Okay, that's good. It's heartening. Fine, so I'll just begin my talk. You're able to see this clearly? So how many of you know about Sustainable Development Goals? Maybe some of you studied some economics at school. Humanities people would have studied. Okay, so earlier there were Millennium Development Goals. So for 190, okay, I'll just come to that later. United Nations had adopted these Sustainable Development Goals in 2015. As a part of their 2030 agenda, that by 2030, the entire world, at least some countries in the world, have committed to having certain goals. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals. You can see them here. Each one of them having specific objectives for improving the condition of the world or the people living therein in various sectors. Now, these are 17 goals. Majorly, they are aimed at addressing poverty, inequality, climate change. As you know, climate change is a major issue right now. Environmental action is also required. Also, there's a lot of peace that is required. All over the world, you see there is something or the other going on. So, these are also aimed towards peace and justice for all. So, as you can see, just to say about a few goals, like, goal number 1 is no poverty, then second is zero hunger, then good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, all these, right? So maybe some of you at least feel connected with these. These may also be very relevant to you also. Each one of us has somewhere or the other, the need for that. And based on this, we can also have our personal goals. How do I want to contribute to these sustainable goals for the world? Because each one of you has a potential to contribute to a great extent by having some action of the other or through your career's future. Then India's commitment is also there for the SDGs. By 2030 agenda, we also have some commitment. Do you know about Niti Aayog? No. Okay, so this is the government of India's, it's called Niti Aayog. Basically, it does the planning for the country and it also monitors where our indicators are going. So I would very strongly suggest to all of you, you start reading. Beyond your chemical and computer science and all that, please start reading. How many of you read newspapers? More of you need to do that. Even if newspaper nahi, online bhi padhte ho, so please read. Please start getting to know about your country and the global scenario. Okay? Okay, so Niti Aayog is the one who really monitors and reports India's progress on sustainable development goals. states and union territories are annually ranked vis-a-vis their SDG performance. As you can see, India is ranked 109th out of 166 countries. Is that something good? What do you think? Where do we lie? Near the bottom or at least middle, है ना? 166 में से हम लोग 109th रैंक पे हैं और अपना इंडेक्स जो स्कोर है that is also only 64 and so we need lot of improvement in areas of affordable and clean energy, clean water, sanitation and economic growth. However, we have lot of challenges in terms of gender equality, also climate action and hunger. You must have day-to-day basis में भी आप देखते होंगे where the hunger is. Do we see poor people wanting, कहीं न कहीं पे तो दिखते हैं लोग जिनको you're sure that really they don't get enough food or चलो food मिलता है लेकिन that is not full of nutrition, right? Then comes the Human Development Index. That is also again another measure by the United Nations only for, it has certain indicators in terms of long and healthy life, in terms of knowledge and a decent standard of living, right? So India का जो Human Development Index है, वो भी कोई बहुत अच्छी situation में अभी नहीं है. We are in the medium range. As you can see here, where is our rank? 134. Not very exciting. Other countries like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, I think, are also better than us. So, that really must, we should introspect about where we are heading. So why are we lagging behind? All this is just to give you an idea about the development sector. Most of a very large population of India lives in slums or very unacceptable conditions. All of us have seen at some point of time the slums. The largest slum in the world is in India. Where is it? Dharavi. Then 42% of children below years 5 are underweight. Can you imagine that? And 59% are stunted. If you see some rural बच्चे देखो, poor बच्चे देखो, they are so weak. You must have seen how thin hands they have. Have you observed? हाँ नहीं किया है तो अब करने लगना. They are underweight, they are stunted. तो and stunting के बाद अगर उनकी health ठीक नहीं है तो उनके दिमाग कैसे चलेंगे? How will they study? How will they contribute to the betterment of the country? Why do you think the government focuses so much on development programs for children? Because they are the future. Why does government invest so much? Because they are the ones, you are also the ones who are going to be working for your country. Then, so a lot of other problems and also we really don't treat our environment well at all. कितना pollution होता है? But still, all said and done, government has made lot of efforts. Do you see various schemes being implemented? Can you tell me about one or two schemes that you feel कि yeah कुछ हो रहा है? Have you paid any attention to that? Can some of you tell me? कोई सरकारी योजना के बारे में सुना है? कौन सा? Can't hear. किसी को नहीं मालूम? कोई भी सरकारी योजना पता है? आयुष्मान योजना मालूम है? हाँ, है ना? So you know, but you need to really be a little more aware about it. This is a fantastic scheme where so many people get the benefit of government money for their medical treatment. Otherwise, most of the poor people can't afford good treatment, but the government has bothered to do that. So there are a lot of government schemes, as you can see here on the screen. So government is making a lot of effort. अब इतना सारा हो रहा है तो फिर सिविल सोसाइटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस क्यों चाहिए, एनजीओ क्यों चाहिए, जहाँ से मैं बिलोंग करती हूँ। कुछ जरूरत भी है या नहीं पता नहीं, ऐसे ही कुछ भी काम कर लेते हैं, बट नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. Somewhere, I mean, government makes lot of efforts. We are very proud of it. However, reaching to the last mile, हर छोटे-छोटे गांव में पहुंचना आसान बात नहीं है. कहीं ना कहीं पे there are gaps. So that's where we kind of step in, right? So we try to complement the government's efforts, or we try to supplement at certain point. Then community में जो empowerment है, since most of you are not from the rural areas, I don't know how you'll be able to connect with this, but once you visit some of our field areas, probably you will. Community empowerment is something that the NGOs help with. There are a lot of NGOs who have a lot of innovation, and because we have a lot of flexibility, we are not under the government, we have a lot of flexibility and what do you call openness. We support in terms of doing advocacy and awareness. We have some very targeted interventions. Of course, we also do a lot of cross-sectoral collaborations. It's not that हम लोग एक ही sector में काम कर रहे हैं. Multiple sectors के साथ में we collaborate. And then our role is also to build capacities. So training people, creating awareness is something that we do. So what are the different types of NGOs? Maybe some of you might want to intern with some NGOs. Some of you might want to get into rural management after your business management, your bachelor's. IRMA is right next door in Anand. So maybe some of you will take up further rural management. I hope you do. So what are the different kinds of NGOs? There are a lot of international NGOs. Then अभी तो नया CSR foundations बहुत सारे आ गए हैं. There's a lot of opportunities in terms of CSR foundations also. Then कुछ religious faith-based organizations होते हैं, कोई politically inclined होते हैं. Some of them are education institutes which are registered as trusts. Some of them are social activists, and others are NGOs and trusts like Foundation, Deepak Foundation. So these are the kind of activities that we do. You can see that there are a lot of sectors that we work in. Yes, we are a Great Place to Work certified organization. Are you aware about Great Place to Work? Anyone? किसी के parents काम करते होंगे ऐसे organizations में जो Great Place to Work certified है? This is a certification which sort of says that this organization has certain parameters where the people who work there have all sorts of benefits. It's not just financial benefits, but a lot of other needs of the people who work are also satisfied in terms of knowledge, empowerment. There are a lot of indicators. So we are proud to be a Great Place to Work certified organization. How did the foundation start? Are you aware about Deepak Nitrite, Deepak Phenolics? Some of you might also get internships, or at the end of your educational journey, you may even get jobs there. I guess a lot of your seniors got placed there. So Deepak Nitrite, Deepak Phenolics जिन्होंने बनाया, उसके हमारे जो चेयरमैन थे, Mr. C.K. Mehta. So he was from a village, and I am telling this life story to you because he belonged to a very modest background. अमरेली के छोटे से गांव में से वो आते थे. वो इतने अंडर प्रिविलेज थे कि उनके घर में एक कमरा था, उनको 10वीं तक पास करने के लिए फीस भी नहीं मिलता था. And today what he has set up is thousands of crores of empire. But how did when he was at the peak of his business, he was not really thinking about social development while it was at the bottom of his heart. But आप लोग तो तब मतलब आपके पेरेंट्स भी शायद तब होंगे नहीं है, पता नहीं बहुत छोटे होंगे. मोरबी में, you have heard about Morbi? There's a place called Morbi. वहाँ पे मच्छू रिवर है, उस पे एक डैम था जो टूट गया था. And there was immense destruction. Life was lost, cattle, livestock was lost. So that's when our chairman felt that something he has to do, and he replaced the entire वहाँ के जितने भी villages थे, उसका जो livestock था, cattle था, गाय भैंस सब कुछ, वो उन्होंने पूरा replace करके दिया. So that's when it began. And then since he was from Amreli, there were some floods there. So वहाँ पे भी उन्होंने बहुत help किया. So that is when he realized that he has to give it back to the society. He came from a very poor background, but then when he became a rich man, he decided that no, I must give a certain part of my. So way before all these CSR things started, foundation was established 1982. Yeah. So currently we are working in 5 states. Gujarat, we are headquartered here. We are in Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Telangana, and Maharashtra. So overall, we work in 57 districts, 207 taluka tehsils, 23,000 villages, and annually we cater to around 5 to 6 lakhs people. We support them. We are a team of around 800 plus people covering the entire country. So we were set up in 1982. We also have, these are some of our registrations. We are ISO certified, and we also registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So how does the foundation contribute to achieving India's sustainable development goals? Various sectors of our intervention are there. Like I said, we work cross-sectoral. If you are feeling bored or you want to ask some questions, you can do that, okay? So our major sector of work is public health, nutrition and clinical services. We are also into livelihood and rural development, skills building, climate change adaptation, education, social research, and we also work with children with special needs. Coming to the public health, nutrition and clinical services. ये सेक्टर में हम लोग 4 स्टेट्स में काम करते हैं, covering a population of around 3.5 crores and 21,000 villages, more than 4 lakh beneficiaries, as you can see. So these are the different kind of programs that we do in public health. We work in tuberculosis, we have diagnostic services, we have nutrition interventions, then hospitals, we have palliative care units, diagnostic labs, mobile health units, and occupational health. So how many of you have had some brush with tuberculosis or understand about tuberculosis? Or you feel TB तो अब कहाँ किसी को होता है? Are you aware about TB? Can someone tell me a little bit more about it? हाथ खड़ा करके बात कर, खड़ा रह के. अर्बन एरियाज में होता है ट्यूबरक्लोसिस? कहाँ पे होता है ज्यादा? So it's not that tuberculosis is the disease of poor, or it's only in the urban areas, or it is in the rural areas. It is still very, very much prevalent. Therefore, the Government of India has a national TB elimination program. So 2025 तक the government has decided to eliminate tuberculosis. It's very difficult to do though right now, because if you see, India का tuberculosis burden बहुत ज़्यादा high है अभी. 20% of the total global incidence of tuberculosis is from India, and 6 million cases जो globally होते हैं उसमें से आप 20% सोचिए, है ना? And if you see in India, the leading cause of death is tuberculosis. 1000 इंसान हर रोज मर जाते हैं because of TB, but it is completely curable. But वो किसी को पता नहीं होता है. You can just see here some of the symptoms, and if you can see here, अगर TB का ट्रीटमेंट नहीं मिले तो 10 से 15 लोगों को एक साल में एक बंदा इन्फेक्ट कर सकता है. Can you imagine the magnanimity of it? It's really huge. So these are some of the news, but I'll just come to. So हम लोग tuberculosis में मध्य प्रदेश में 23 districts में we've been working, and you can see the numbers here. So we have been working on 3 crores of population in tuberculosis, and though these may seem a little technical terms, you can see that if how do you diagnose TB? किसी को पता है? Chest X-ray होते हैं, then you have to cough up some sputum, and then your sputum में देयर इज अ टेस्टिंग जहाँ पे वो जो ट्यूबरकुलोसिस का बैक्टीरिया होता है वो डायग्नोज होता है। सो जब हम 2.66 लाख लोगों का स्पूटम कलेक्ट किए, उसमें से जितने भी पॉजिटिव आए उसमें से इतने टाइम में वी कुड क्योर 57,000 पीपल ओनली। सो कैन यू इमेजिन द लार्ज स्केल इंटरवेंशन दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड। ये सब होना आप लोगों को भी पता होना बहुत जरूरी है। अभी इररिलेवेंट लगता होगा, लेकिन एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम ऑफ योर करियर यू मे कम अक्रॉस पीपल। If you are, you know, if you are in some rural area, or if even you are working with some MNCs or whatever, but you know you may have your workers coming in from that kind of population. So how do you ensure your wellness, their wellness? So ये सब understanding थोड़ा सा I would request कि आप लोग थोड़ा सा इसमें ध्यान दें. Then so these are some of the glimpses. Very quickly I'll run through those. So what we do here is we go into the community, we identify कौन से cases हैं, उसके diagnosis में screening में help करते हैं, and then we also help them give the treatment. So government के साथ मिलके हम लोग इसमें काम करते हैं. So we also have diagnostic vans. We have 3 diagnostic vans. जिसको we call them निदान van. निदान means diagnosis. So जिसमें एक्सरेज भी फिट है, जिसमें पूरा लैब फिट है, तो जब वो वैन गांव में जाती है, वहाँ पे पेशेंट जाता है, तो पूरा once the patient is in, पूरा उसका डायग्नोसिस होके निकलता है। Because there are so many दूर दराज के इलाकों में जहाँ पे जब हम जाते हैं, वहाँ पे कोई सुविधा नहीं होती है किसी भी ट्रीटमेंट की। डायग्नोसिस, this kind of diagnosis with some equipment और all that, तो भूल जाओ। So that's when we started these diagnostic vans. Yeah, so these are the activities that are done. I guess might not be very interesting for you, but okay. So tuberculosis एक ऐसा disease है जिसमें nutrition बहुत important है. You might have observed some TB patients or seen some pictures, बहुत ही पतले होते हैं, एकदम bones निकल आ रहे होते हैं, muscle wasting हो जाती है. So a good quality nutrition is very important for tuberculosis patients. So our job is also to provide these nutrition kits for them for free, and we ensure that that helps them in gaining weight. So here also we work with the government. Along with that, we also do eye testing and lot of other blood parameter testing. We just run through. Yeah. So this is the inside of a van where X-ray is taken. Can you see that? So it's a hand. Then coming to so we have 90 projects running, but I'm just going to talk about a few. Another major crucial problem that afflicts our Indian population, especially the adolescents and the women, is anemia. How many of you have got your blood test done for hemoglobin recently? कितना hemoglobin होना चाहिए normal men में और women में? Can't hear. 12 mg, 14 mg. ठीक है? So I am very sure आप में से भी काफी लोग anemic होंगे. Though you feel you are from privileged families and you eat well, but at the same time proper nutrition हम खाते हैं कि नहीं, जिससे हमें हमारा हीमोग्लोबिन लड़कियों में 12 और लड़कों में 14 होना चाहिए. उससे कुछ भी कम. Most of the girls are anemic. और आप सोचो गांव में या ट्राइबल एरियाज में जो पुअर है, वहाँ के रूरल पुअर, उनका क्या हालत होता होगा? हम लोग जब गांव में काम करते हैं, so because we have hospitals, we work in maternal health, हम लोग जब काम करते हैं तो जो प्रेग्नेंट मदर्स आती हैं, हीमोग्लोबिन एटलीस्ट 12 तो होना चाहिए ना. वो लोग कितना हीमोग्लोबिन लेके आते हैं, आप गैस कर सकते हो ट्राइबल एरियाज में? हाँ, who said that? हाँ, you're right. 4-5 ऐसे hemoglobin values लेके आते हैं. How are they going to handle those babies that are developing in their body? वो babies भी underweight होते हैं और delivery में वो ladies भी मर जाते हैं. So maternal mortality and infant mortality in India is is a major problem because of this one damn anemia. Okay, so I think अनीमिया मुक्त भारत नाम सुना है आपने गवर्नमेंट स्कीम का? एक उनका जो है यार आप लोग पता नहीं एकदम डिस्कनेक्टेड लगते हो जो भी चल रहा है आजू बाजू का. हाँ, थोड़ा सा आई थिंक you should be reading newspaper, at least listen. If you're scrolling through Instagram and whatnot, at least scroll through those accounts which give some kind of information. आपको ये सब पता होना जरूरी है. So what are the different types of anemia? किसी को पता है? I guess not. So there is iron deficiency anemia, there is vitamin 12 deficiency anemia, there is folic acid. So there is a horde of different types of anemia. अब कौन सा एनीमिया है वो डायग्नोसिस करेंगे तो ट्रीटमेंट कैसे करेंगे? और वो डायग्नोसिस कैसे हो सकता है? गांव में कौन करेगा ये? Very difficult. Government infrastructure पहुंच ही नहीं पाता है. So that's where when we kind of jump in. So here you can see what are the causes: poor dietary intake, malabsorption. इसमें से रात को दूध कितना लोग पीते हैं सोने से पहले? Stop drinking. जरूरत नहीं है. It hampers the absorption of iron. मक्के की रोटी कितना लोग खाते हैं? ओके, कभी कभार खाने से दिक्कत नहीं है, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ट्राइबल एरियाज में क्या होता है? ऑल दोस पीपल हु ईट मेज, कॉर्न, दैट इनहिबिट्स द अब्सॉर्प्शन ऑफ आयरन. बट उनका डाइटरी पैटर्न ही ऐसा है. हाउ डू यू चेंज दैट? इट्स अ बिहेवियर चेंज. सो दीस आर वेरी सीरियस इश्यूज. पूरा अपना तो ऐसे बना हुआ है कि अब उसके साथ में जो आयरन रिच सब्जियां खाना है वो तो खाते नहीं हम. So what happens? What's the consequences of anemia? If you are hemoglobin 10 है आपका या आपका hemoglobin 9 है, आपको कॉलेज में पढ़ने में यार नींद आ रहा है, यानी दिमाग में कुछ जा ही नहीं रहा. कहाँ से जाएगा? Because your cognitive development होता नहीं है. You feel weak. You feel breathless because your blood doesn't take up that much oxygen. है ना? So we don't really realize how much it impacts our actual way of life. It's a very debilitating disease. Then reduced birth productivity तो खत्म. And risk of infant and maternal mortality is very high. Like he said, hemoglobin 4 वाली lady, तो क्या how is she going to survive the delivery, right? So then coming to malnutrition. I'm sure half of you here are malnourished. Malnourished होना मतलब पतला होना नहीं. Okay, getting the right nutrition is very important. So, what are the types of malnutrition here? Of course, this is not a science class, but this is just to tell you because you may be around. आपके आजू-बाजू में ऐसे लोग होंगे, तो you can help them in some which way. So, some of this stunting. There is wasting and there is underweight. Okay, so ये तीन टाइप के जो issues हैं उससे malnutrition पूरा cover होता है. And overnutrition, consuming too many calories leading to obesity, too much of मैदा वाला pizza and lot of waffles and whatnot, है ना? These are all empty calories. No nutrition, only calories. So those are things not to be eaten. So even urban kids are malnourished, but in a different way. है ना? So let's not. Okay, maybe yes. So what are the other causes of malnutrition in our country? Mainly poverty and food insecurity. ठीक है? Then dietary practices like I said. रात को दूध पीना, मक्के का रोटी खाना types. खजूर नहीं खाना, पालक नहीं खाना, रागी नहीं खाना. है ना? Then poor hygiene and sanitation. So बहुत सारे रूरल एरियाज में पानी नहीं होने से, हाइजीन प्रैक्टिसेस पुअर होने से, lot of infections in the GI tract, intestinal infections होते हैं. So आपके न्यूट्रिशन किधर से absorb होने वाला है? It's not going to get absorbed, right? So you don't even realize कि हाथ नहीं धोने से मेरे को एनीमिया हो सकता है, but yes होता है. Then inequitable healthcare access, like I said, in the rural and the tribal areas. You really don't get an access to health services. Yes, government is trying a lot, but still, अपना देश तो पता है ना जनता कहाँ जा रही है. We are just expanding and expanding and expanding. Then, what are the consequences? Impaired physical and cognitive development, increased risk of infections and diseases, reduced productivity and economic loss, and intergenerational cycle of malnutrition. माँ malnourished, बच्चा malnourished, एक पूरा generation गया. So we have an anemia program where we decided to work with children. तो छोटे बच्चों के साथ में स्कूल में हम लोग एक ही प्रोग्राम के बारे में बताती हूँ. हम लोग इसमें हम लोगों ने क्या किया, जैसे क्लास मॉनिटर्स होते हैं, आपके भी सीआर होंगे, ओके? सो द क्लास रिप्रेजेंटेटिव जो है उसको हर बच्चे को आयरन फोलिक एसिड का टैबलेट खिलाना है कि ओके, जैसे अटेंडेंस लेता है तो साथ में वो भी खिलाना है, ओके? सो देन व्हाट हैपेंस, the children take the ownership of their peer groups, right? So if you see, हम लोगों ने 7,377 बच्चों का स्क्रीनिंग किया एनीमिया के लिए. उसमें से we found that 40% were anemic, and especially अगर girls की बात करें 45% anemic थे और 35% boys anemic थे. ये तो सावली की मैं बता रही हूँ, तो थोड़ा सा तो भी ठीक एरिया है. जब हम ट्राइबल एरियाज में जाते हैं तो वहाँ पे 70% तक के बच्चे एनीमिक होते हैं. सो अभी आप सोचो उस बच्चा स्कूल में जाके क्या पढ़ता होगा, उसके दिमाग में क्या घुसता होगा. एंड देन these are going to be our future citizens. So these are some of the programs. We work a lot with the children. So yeah, most of you would have heard about breast cancer. It is one of the most killing disease in our country or world over for women. So we have a mobile diagnostic unit for mammography. I'll just run through. So this is something where you can also contribute. So all of us has heard about cancer. कहीं ना कहीं अपने में से किसी न किसी को कैंसर होता है, डेथ हो जाती है. But towards the end, while the people are going through the chemotherapy cycles and the radiotherapy cycles, do you think life is easy? Not at all. एक तो फाइनेंशियल ड्रेन होता है, इमोशनल ड्रेन होता है. जो आजू बाजू के जो केयर टेकर्स होते हैं, जो फर्स्ट लेवल केयर टेकर्स होते हैं, उनकी तो पूरी वाट लग जाती है. Why? Because it's very taxing to care for a cancer patient. बहुत सारे कैंसर पेशेंट्स जो विलेज में से आते हैं, कहीं पे ट्यूब्स लगे हुए होते हैं, तो उसका केयर क्या वो लोग गांव में ले पाते होंगे? It's very difficult. Has any one of you been to the SSG hospital? How many of you have ever been? Okay, you might really want to visit sometimes there and see what sort of situation people are in. So we have a memorandum of understanding with the SSG hospital. तो वहाँ का जो कैंसर वार्ड है, उसमें जो कैंसर पेशेंट्स हैं, especially those patients undergoing chemotherapy cycles, तो उसके बीच में उनको 21 days का पीरियड होता है. और वो वापस जब गांव में जाते हैं, बहुत बार वो वापस ट्रीटमेंट के लिए आते ही नहीं. कौन जाएगा? पाछू जवान, उससे तो इंसान मर जाएगा. So what our job is just to do, वो जो 21 days का साइकिल है, उसमें we organize, we have a palliative care ward जहाँ पे वो patients वहाँ पे रहते हैं, उनका केयर लिया जाता है. And most of the times क्या होता है ना, ये patients are towards the end of the life. So that's not a very good. उनको पता होता है कि ना मरने वाले हम लोग, फिर भी ट्रीटमेंट चल रहा होता है. So it's not a very good mental state to be in. So जो palliative is those people who are not maybe ambulatory or they are towards the end of the life. तो उस patients के लिए we take care of them. As you can see, I'm sorry I should have blurred the face, but the person here has a tube from the nose. So what we do here is that ensure that they are taken care of. The basic treatment के लिए उनको लेके जाना, उनको care करना, lot of activities are there. हमारे पास जो patients आते हैं उसमें majorly oral cancer वाले बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं. आपको पता है अपने यहाँ पे तो चबाने का बहुत बड़ा problem. So many people come with oral and maxillofacial cancer, breast cancer, cervix and uterus cancer, lung cancer, colon, rectum, अपर रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक कैंसर। तो ये सारे कैंसर पेशेंट्स जो है हमारे पास आते हैं। So we do a lot of activities for them, we support them, you can see a lot of recreation activities for them. Yeah. So these patients are housed in our Nizampura में एक unit है जहाँ पे ये patients रहते हैं। Sometimes you might want to go and meet those patients. Maybe some of you कोई social work में you have some clubs right here? कुछ clubs हैं आप लोगों के यहाँ पे? तो वो क्लब्स में कभी कभी आप वहाँ पे जाके पेशेंट्स के साथ थोड़ा टाइम स्पेंड कर सकते हैं। दे वुड बी वेरी हैप्पी। सो इट्स एन अपील टू ऑल ऑफ यू, जो आपका सोशल वाला क्लब है, आप लोग प्लीज वहाँ पे जाके लोगों के साथ में थोड़ा सा टाइम स्पेंड करें। यू एक्चुअली यू फील सो रूटेड एंड प्रिविलेज्ड एंड इट रियली गिव्स यू लॉट ऑफ पीस ऑफ माइंड। सो सम ऑफ दिस, या सो आई टॉक्ड अबाउट द एसएसजी। ये हॉस्पिटल में ये कुछ 40 एकड़ में स्प्रेड हुआ हॉस्पिटल है, उधर 50 डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं। कहीं पे डायग्नोसिस, ओपीडी कहीं पे है, कहीं वार्ड कहीं पे है। जब गांव से लोग आते हैं वो दे आर लाइक इन एलिस इन वंडरलैंड, कुछ पता ही नहीं होता कहाँ जाएं। सो व्हाट वी हैव डन हियर इज वी हैव अ हेल्प डेस्क एंड वी हैव some buggies which help them navigate towards whatever ward that they want to go, and we also help them organize some blood requirement or some treatment requirement around that. So as you can see, we have catered to almost 2.6 lakhs people there. Daily कितने thousands of OPDs होते हैं, उसमें से आधे लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता कहाँ जाना है, बेचारे घूम रहे होते हैं। कभी तो वहाँ पे जाना, you must go there as you know citizens, young citizens of India. You must go to these places. कभी तो जाके देखना। Then we also have these buggies where more than 8 lakh people we have helped them travel. So you can see this just running through. We have a hospital in Nandesari. Probably some of you might be visiting that project area. So जहाँ पे OPD, Obgyn and all these services are there. We also have an occupational center. Most of the times we try to have an integrated program. Okay, then coming to the skills building, and any questions on health? Any questions or any comments or anything that anyone wants to share? Some of your experiences, if you volunteered for something, anyone wants to? Okay, let's move on to skills building and livelihoods and climate change adaptation. So यहाँ पे भी हमारा काम 4 states में भी आता है, गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, तेलंगाना एंड झारखंड, and 27 lakhs population को हम लोग कवर करते हैं। So imagine the scale, बहुत बड़ा स्केल में हमारा काम होता है, and we have various programs. So उसमें how many of you have some connect with agriculture? Agriculture family से कितना लोग आते हैं? Okay, good. So एक बात बताओ, फार्मर का सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या है? हाँ? Weather. Then what else? I can't hear you. Can we? Louder. Soil, poor quality of soil, weather which is completely Bhagwan Bharose. Then water is a problem. Yes. Maintenance. Yes. Labor नहीं है अभी आजकल तो. What else? Pesticides. Yes. Too much of pesticide or no pesticide at all. Too much of fertilizer or no fertilizer. So farmer की जिंदगी एकदम भगवान भरोसे। Government has done a lot. However, the problem still persists. As you can see, the climate change जो हो रहा है, जो fancy Western developed nations जो mess कर रखते हैं पूरा environment का, उसका impact सब जगह आता है ना? So what we do here is help out the farmers adopt some good agricultural practices to support nutrition and also food security. So this is just to run you through. हम लोग पैडी में बहुत सारा काम करते हैं, पैडी कल्टीवेशन में। पैडी कल्टीवेशन में जो ट्राइबल एरियाज होते हैं ना, उसमें वो लोग कैसे पैडी कल्टीवेशन करते हैं, when they are sowing ना, वैसे खाली ब्रॉड फेंक देते हैं सीड। They don't plant it in rows जहाँ पे उनको अच्छा सा आउटपुट मिले, उसका यील्ड मिले। फिर उसके लिए पानी चाहिए होता है, पानी नहीं होता है। Like someone said, फर्टिलाइजर और पेस्टिसाइड का इशू है, और टू मच फर्टिलाइजर डालने से इतना सॉइल क्वालिटी इतना खराब हो जाता है, जो नेचुरल उसमें ऑर्गेनिक कार्बन जो होना चाहिए वो तो होता ही नहीं है, एंड वो सारा फिर हम लोग खाते हैं। तो यू नो पंजाब में से चलती है कैंसर की ट्रेन्स जो मुंबई जाती हैं, फुल पीपल फुल ऑफ यू नो कैंसर। क्यों? बिकॉज years and years of fertilizer, pesticide डाल के जमीन इतना खराब कर दिया, and most of these chemicals are carcinogenic. So what happens? So instead we could do some sustainable practices. So then, have you heard about millets? Millets? Can you give me the name of one millet? Please? नहीं सुनाई दिया। थोड़ा जोर से बोलना पड़ेगा, मैं ऊंचे सुनती हूँ। ज्वार, yes. Then बाजरा, yes. रागी। इसमें से कितना लोग ज्वार, बाजरा, रागी खाते हैं? Oh, good यार, good. Okay, so keep eating और बढ़ाओ थोड़ा सा millet खाना. I'm really glad to because are eating lot of millets. But millet cultivation जो है बहुत कम एरिया में होता है। ट्रेडिशनली इंडिया में बहुत लोग पहले मिलेट ही खाते थे हम लोग, बट बाद में धीरे धीरे गेहूं आ गया, गेहूं ने एकदम टेक ओवर कर लिया। सो मिलेट बिकेम अ पुअर मैन्स फूड। ओ मिलेट हम नहीं खाते, but now it has come back with a vengeance because probably we all realize that how nutritionally millets are much better. Also they are sturdy. वो लोग वेदर जो आप बोल रहे थे, एक someone was saying कि फार्मर को वेदर का बहुत मेजर इशू होता है, so they are वो लोग वेदर क्लाइमेट चेंज भी जो अच्छे से मैनेज करते हैं, अडेप्ट कर लेते हैं। So millet is one crop जो हर तरीके से अच्छा है, फूड सिक्योरिटी के लिए, न्यूट्रिशन सिक्योरिटी के लिए, and also for the climate adaptation. Then pulses cultivation में भी हम लोग सपोर्ट करते हैं फार्मर्स को। Then agroforestry. How many of you have heard about carbon credits? Carbon management आगे चल के आप सब लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं जहाँ पे आप काम करोगे, especially chemical industries में काम करोगे, जो polluting industries होते हैं, they have to buy carbon credits. Have you heard about it? किसी ने कुछ तो projects किए होंगे, आप करोगे। So for the most important thing is you know agroforestry, forest create करना, जहाँ पे बहुत सारा कार्बन जो environment में throw out करते हैं, that gets absorbed and processed, right? So agroforestry is something जो carbon management में बहुत help करता है, and also water harvesting. बहुत सारे tribal areas में बहुत बारिश होती है, लेकिन पानी नहीं होता है, क्यों? बह जाता है। ग्रेडियंट ऐसा होता है। Any people with civil engineering है क्या यहाँ पे? Civil नहीं है? Okay. So the gradient is so high that पानी पूरा बह जाता है. So what we do is, you know, we create water harvesting structures, different kinds of trenches and bunds and all that, so that can harvest the water and it can also stop the soil from going away. तो जो top soil का layer होता है, someone was saying about soil का problem farmers के लिए. So जब soil बह जाती है, तो उसमें उसके साथ उनका nutrition भी चला जाता है. तो वैसे एरिया में फिर productivity जो होती है agriculture, that's pathetic. So that also, you know, we also do work in environment and sustainability. So fruit tree plantation है, soil moisture conservation है. One thing is that we do a lot of farm pond construction. छोटे-छोटे तालाब बनाना फॉर होल्डिंग द वाटर, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम पानी रहता ही नहीं। क्या तो फिर जो बोर्ड्स वगैरह होते हैं, डग वेल्स होते हैं, उसको डीपन करना, उसको इस तरीके से स्ट्रक्चर्स क्रिएट करना कि वो ज़्यादा रन ऑफ है कैप्चर कर सकते हैं। सो बड़े बड़े जो विलेज के पॉन्ड्स होते हैं, आपने विलेज के पॉन्ड्स भी देखे होंगे, लोग कचरा फेंक देते हैं, पूरा गणपति विसर्जन कर देते हैं। सो व्हाट हैपेंस, अभी तो खैर आई थिंक द गवर्नमेंट हैज टेकन गुड मेजर्स to stop people from doing that Ganpati Visarjan and that Dashama Visarjan, and they've created some ponds. But जब POP अंदर जाता है तो पूरा जो सॉइल है वाटर अब्सॉर्ब करना, तो उसकी कैपेसिटी खत्म हो जाती है ना, वो सिल्टिंग हो जाता है उसमें। सो उसको हम लोग डीपन करके फिर से भी improve the water holding capacity of the water body. Yeah, this is also something because most of the जहाँ पे आप गांव में देखोगे तो livestock मैंने कैटल, गाय भैंस तो होता ही है, तो there's a lot of गोबर. So what do you do with गोबर? So there's गोबर gas. This is one of the most sustainable practice. So जो गोबर गैस बनता है वो कुकिंग में यूज होता है, उसका जो स्लरी होता है जो उसका निकलता है प्रोड्यूस होने के बाद में, that is used in their farms. So they save money on fuel because वहाँ पे आपको उज्ज्वला स्कीम के बारे में मालूम है सरकार का, जिसमें वो गैस सिलेंडर मिलता है। अब उसमें क्या है ना, बड़ा अच्छा स्कीम है, लेकिन बहुत बार ये होता है कि जो रिफिल करने के लिए सुविधा नहीं होता है। एक बार तो गैस सिलेंडर मिल जाता है, बट रिफिलिंग इज अ कंसर्न। सो इन दैट केस दीज काइंड ऑफ छोटे यूनिट्स हैं, ओनली एज बिग एज दिस, अ लिटिल बिगर, तो इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग मॉडल जहाँ से पूरा उनका एक एंड टू एंड सॉल्यूशन होता है। Then वर्मी कंपोस्ट, अर्थवर्म किसने देखा है? तो फार्मिंग फैमिली से बैकग्राउंड से बिलोंग करते हो। So earthworms are what you call a boon, divine creatures. Why? Because they process soil and create organic carbon. So हम लोग इसमें से जो फर्टिलाइजर बनता है वर्मी कंपोस्ट, उसमें नाइट्रोजन, फास्फोरस, पोटेशियम इतना अच्छा होता है कि इट कैन गिव, उसका सॉइल क्वालिटी बहुत इंप्रूव कर देता है एंड प्रोडक्शन यील्ड जो है फार्मर्स को बढ़ा देता है। देन हाई वैल्यू एग्री हॉर्टिकल्चर, ओके। सो ड्रिप इरिगेशन तो सुना होगा आप लोगों ने, है ना, मल्चिंग सुना होगा, यू कैन सी दिस ड्रिप है, उसके ऊपर एक प्लास्टिक का लेयर लगाया है, उससे क्या होता है, मॉइस्चर कंजर्व हो जाता है। सो दीज आर स्मॉल एक्टिविटीज बट दिस कैन सेव लॉट ऑफ वाटर। देन मिक्स क्रॉपिंग है, क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन है, एक ही टाइप का क्रॉप ले रहे हैं, उसमें कुछ वायरस लग गया, दी एंड, उस साल का इनकम खत्म। बट इफ इट्स अ मिक्स क्रॉपिंग और a mixed model is there, a diverse model is there, then the farmer can save some of the crops. Floriculture, okay, dairy, इंडियन इकोनॉमी में डेयरी भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, जैसे मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल मस्ट बी कंज्यूमिंग डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स, और ये जो सारा दूध जो गांव के जो डेयरी कोऑपरेटिव्स होते हैं उसमें लोग भरते हैं, बट एनिमल्स वेटरिनरी केयर कहाँ पे मिलता है, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट। सो वी आल्सो प्रोवाइड वेटरिनरी केयर, वी आल्सो सपोर्ट इन डेयरी कोऑपरेटिव्स, एंड स्पेशली जो घर की महिला होती है वो सबसे उनका बड़ा रोल होता है जो एनिमल का केयर लेने में, तो उनको हम लोग ट्रेनिंग वगैरह देते हैं, ट्रीटमेंट देते हैं, वो सब करते हैं। And then coming to the skills, we have 1-2 skills programs going on. These are not very high grade skills, but these are home health attendant care. So it's a kind of nursing. जो भी घर में कभी कोई बीमार होता है, कोई बेडरिडन होता है, तो उनकी केयर के लिए we need attendants. अभी जीरियाट्रिक पॉपुलेशन तो बढ़ ही रहा है, I suppose सबके घरों में ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स तो होंगे, you see them get older, you see them wanting care, so these are the people who are trained to be attendants. Like I was saying, again coming back to हम लोग farmers के साथ बहुत काम करते हैं, और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने एक बहुत अच्छा स्कीम लॉन्च किया है फॉर क्रिएटिंग फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस। खेडूतों का एक ग्रुप बना के उसको कंपनी के तौर पे रजिस्टर किया जाता है, and then so that it helps them in better marketing. When you talked about the issues of farmers, no one said anything about the marketing of the produce. अच्छा भाव नहीं मिलता है, रेट नहीं मिलता है फार्मर्स को अपने गुड्स का। क्यों मिलता नहीं है? अभी क्या हो रहा है ना, जमीन फ्रैगमेंट हो रहा है, जमीन के छोटा टुकड़े में से यील्ड कम आता है, फिर वो अकेले बेचने जाएगा तो वो रेट नेगोशिएट नहीं कर सकता है। So instead, if all the farmers come together and create a sort of group which is called a farmer producer group, and then we kind of turn it into a company, which is बकायदा वो कंपनी एक्ट के अंतर्गत रजिस्टर किया जाता है और it's a cooperative, and so what happens, they can better negotiate the rates, they can get better rates for their inputs, फर्टिलाइजर वगैरह के लिए वो लोग ग्रुप में लेके आए तो उनको रेट्स बहुत अच्छे मिलते हैं। Okay, so we also work with farmer producer organizations. We have about nearly 10,000 farmers roped in with us. Okay, then coming to the last part of this particular sector is the mangroves. Have you heard about mangroves? Yes? कहाँ पे? West Bengal, Sundarban mangroves, one of the biggest in the world. Where else? गुजरात में है। गुजरात का कोस्ट कितना किलोमीटर लंबा है बताओ? 1600 किलोमीटर लंबा कोस्ट है, उसमें काफी जगह में मैंग्रोव्स होते हैं, लेकिन if you see about, you know, most of the mangroves are destroyed. Why? इंडस्ट्रीज ने कुछ कर दिया, पोर्ट्स बन गए, सो मैंग्रोव्स का डिस्ट्रक्शन बहुत ज्यादा हो गया। एंड दीज, उसका इंपॉर्टेंस आपको अगर बताते हैं तो लाइक वी ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट, बट इंडियन मैंग्रोव्स की बात करें तो ओनली टोटल जो ग्लोबल कवर है उसका ओनली 3% है अपने पास। एंड या सो लाइक वेस्ट बंगाल में 2000 प्लस स्क्वायर किलोमीटर है, गुजरात में 1100, right? Because we have a big coastal area, and especially if you see this area is from Dahej. Have anyone of you has gone to Dahej? शायद नहीं गए होंगे। भरूच के पास कोस्टल एरिया की तरफ बहुत बड़ा स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन है, शायद आगे चल के आप में से कुछ लोग वहाँ पे जॉब्स भी करेंगे। तो उस कोस्टल एरिया में one major problem is erosion, coastal erosion. समुद्र अंदर 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 ही आ रहा है, जमीन खा रहा है। क्यों? कोई प्रोटेक्शन ही नहीं है। Because mangroves initially पहले होते थे natural, तो वो लोग कोस्ट को बचाते हैं। But because the mangroves have been destroyed, तो पानी अंदर आके पूरा destroy। Can you see this? यहाँ पे point जो लगाया है ना, you can see the green patch on the right side, तो वो mangrove belt है, but it is totally destroyed. Yeah. So thanks. So if you can see how they protect the coastline, जो भी habitat है उसको अगर mangroves का wall आगे है तो जो water है वो इतना destruction नहीं कर पाता है जितना कि नहीं होने से कर देता है। And as you can see, these are all the importance. So they are buffer against the coastal erosion. जो हम कार्बन क्रेडिट्स की बात कर रहे थे, कार्बन स्टोरेज, सो जो ब्लू कार्बन है, जो ओशियंस का कार्बन है, मैक्सिमम उसका जो सिंक है, कार्बन सिंक, मैंग्रोव्स इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आप में से कुछ लोग आगे चल के ESG में जाएंगे, एनवायरमेंट, सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस। ESG में एक मेजर, and I hope you guys do start understanding about this from right now. So सबसे बड़ा कार्बन सिंक जो है, मैंग्रोव्स बहुत अच्छा कार्बन सिंक देता है। Then इकोसिस्टम, वहाँ पे जो कोरल रीफ्स हैं, सी ग्रासेस हैं, वाटर क्वालिटी अच्छा करते हैं, फॉडर बनाते हैं एनिमल्स के लिए, मैंग्रोव्स का फॉडर है। एंड ऑल्सो जो कोस्टल कम्युनिटी है, फिशिंग के लिए मैंग्रोव्स बहुत जरूरी है। उड़ीसा में, वेस्ट बंगाल में, महाराष्ट्र में कुछ एरियाज में, तमिलनाडु में बहुत अच्छे मैंग्रोव्स है, तो वहाँ का जो फिशिंग कैच है वो भी काफी अच्छा रहता है कोस्टल एरिया में। So here you can see it can impact both animal and human life. Yeah, so we are working here. Can you see कितना erosion हो गया? This is a very stark, very scary picture. पूरा समंदर अंदर आके जमीन खा रहा है, कितना अंदर आ जाएगा सोचो, और पूरा जो मैंग्रोव्स है पूरा डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया। So these are now what we try to do is we try to restore. तो हम लोग नर्सरीज बनाते हैं। It's very difficult to work in that area because tidal area में जाना है, तो जब भरती है ओट आवे ना, when there's a tide, high tide, low tide, उसके बीच का जो 3 घंटा मिलता है उसमें ही आपको जाके काम करना होगा। आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे जो लोग खड़े हैं वो लोग नी डीप कीचड़ में खड़े हैं, आपको अंदर पूरा चल के जाना पड़ता है, वहाँ पे आपको 2-3 घंटा मिलता है, उसमें आपको काम करके बाहर निकलना, अदरवाइज फंस गए तो गए। जय श्री कृष्ण। Okay, so these are very difficult areas to work in. And so these are the nurseries. पूरा पानी में ही होते हैं, और जैसे मैं challenges बता रही थी, so जो challenges हैं, एक तो locations बहुत inaccessible हैं, limited time में काम करके निकलना है, tide के साथ काम करना है, labor नहीं मिलता वहाँ पे काम करने के लिए, कौन जाएगा इतना कीचड़ में चलते हुए, तो वहाँ पे सांप वहाँ पे निकलते हैं। So ये सारे issues है। Okay, I'll just show you very short film. This is when we were ना, ये creek दिख रहा है कितना बड़ा है, उसको क्रॉस करके चल के जाना होगा। biodiversity that is found there, अलग टाइप के crabs, fish, snakes, ये सब बहुत वहाँ पे मिलता है। ऑफिशियल लोगों के जाते हैं दिस ब्यूटीफुल बर्ड्स, और अभी विंटर में बहुत सारे माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स भी आते हैं वहाँ पे, बट इट इज ऑल अंडर डिस्ट्रैक्शन। Coming to the education vertical, very quickly we'll run through. Have you gone to any rural school? किसी कोई गया है क्या? वहाँ का जो कुछ ज़्यादातर बच्चे होते हैं ना, 3rd 4th स्टैंडर्ड के जो भी बच्चे हैं, उनको आप कोई भी लेटर बताओ ना, जैसे क म ल, तो क पढ़ेगा, म पढ़ेगा, ल पढ़ेगा, उसको लेकिन वो वर्ड कमल ये पढ़ते नहीं आते हैं, उसका मीनिंग तो बात पता ही नहीं, अगर वो पिक्टोरियल दिखा हुआ तो ठीक है, वर्ड्स नहीं आते, सेंटेंसेस पढ़ना नहीं आता है, मैथ तो आता ही नहीं है। ये अभी भी बहुत बड़ा फैक्ट है। हम लोग कितने भी फैंसी स्कूल्स में यहाँ पे अर्बन एरियाज में पढ़ते हैं, बट जब आप रूरल एरियाज में जाते हैं ना, टीचर्स होते हैं वहाँ पे ठीक से ढंग से, बहुत सारे आपने तो केसेस अभी देखे होंगे ना न्यूज में, किसी को टीचर ने टीचर को ही जॉब पे रख लिया, वो आराम से घर में बैठा है, उसको 50,000 मिल रहा है, उसमें से 2,000 किसी और को दे दिया और जाके जॉब पढ़ा के आओ। So that is the situation of our okay. Yeah, that is the situation of our country right now. And ये सब बच्चे जब बड़े होते हैं, वो 10th के बाद पढ़ते भी नहीं, इंग्लिश में फेल हो जाते हैं, फिर मैथ में फेल हो जाते हैं, तो फिर 10th के बाद वो स्कूल से निकल जाते हैं. सो जो एंटायर जो लेबर फोर्स आपका वेल एजुकेटेड होना चाहिए वो है नहीं. स्किल एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी कितना है अभी बच्चों का, बाहर निकलते हैं तो. Have you heard about this word employability? If you become an engineer but you don't know anything about engineering, you just have a degree but you're not employable. So the employability becomes a big question when the basic education is very poor, है ना? So apart from that, जो अभी जो scientific और technological advances are there, big data is there, machine learning, AI. So जो बच्चे को basic पढ़ते भी नहीं आता, वो क्या, उसको कोई स्कोप ही नहीं है. That child is left out of the development of the country because of poor education. फिर क्या हो जाता है, he or she becomes an unskilled worker. और unskilled workers का income तो कितना होता है, we know, right? So जो skills मिलने चाहिए, that is not there because basic education is lacking. So I'll just straight away come to what we are doing. You must have surely heard about the new education policy of the country, which is a sort of integrated and all-inclusive policy. And so what we've tried to rope in is, we are trying to do a lot of projects which are trying to improve the basic literacy of the children in villages, especially rural and tribal areas. So उसमें we are working in 3 sectors. छोटे बच्चों के साथ में, आंगनवाड़ीज में, ICDS जो इंटीग्रेटेड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट स्कीम्स के साथ करते हैं. We have project Vivek Vidya, which is for children aged 6 to 15. So first grade से लेके 9th 10th grade तक. And then we have a STEM program for children who are lagging behind in STEM subjects. So here also we are working in 3 states covering 5 lakh population, and we have about 15,000 people. These are the different kind of projects that we have. Yeah. So what we really do is in आंगनवाड़ी, जो आंगनवाड़ी की महिला, कभी तो एक आंगनवाड़ी में भी आप लोग जाना है, मुझे पता नहीं आप लोग कभी गए हो कि नहीं. But when you go to our project areas, please do visit. We'll take you to an आंगनवाड़ी and see how the children are there. कैसे, किस टाइप का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बच्चों को मिलता है वहाँ पे. Very difficult. वो आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर भी कोई 50-60 साल की लेडी होती है कभी कभी, जिसको भी कुछ तो भी आता नहीं, वो कुछ तो भी खिला देती है. उसमें से भी उसका जो खाने का देखिए hot cooked meals, उसमें से there is lot of cut practice going on. So the children don't even get proper food. Education तो बहुत बात की बात है. So these are very serious issues. So उसमें we are trying to right now work in about 100 plus आंगनवाड़ीज, and we are trying to improve the learning outcomes, the school readiness of the children. आंगनवाड़ी में से बच्चा जब स्कूल में जाता है, उसको बेसिक तो कुछ आना चाहिए जब स्कूल में जाता है. हम लोग भी ना अच्छे प्री स्कूल में जाते हैं ना, पहले प्री स्कूल में से फिर आप अच्छे स्कूल में जाते हैं, तो वो प्री स्कूल जो है वो आंगनवाड़ी है. ओके. So for this other program, we have nearly 39,000 children with us. So we try to improve their. We also have a library service. We have remedial classes, basic English for them. We have storytelling. We counsel the parents. A lot of activities, and through this, we are contributing to the Sustainable Development Goal number 4 for quality education. We have STEM project. Yeah. So these are some of the glimpses you can see. What we try to do also is digitize those Anganwadis, digitalize rather. So, we try to put some big screen TVs, and we've taught the Anganwadi workers. So those children also get the benefit of what you all get from the, the good urban areas. Yeah, you can see some of the activities here. It's fun to work with the kids. Sometimes you can volunteer. आप लोग में से जो भी अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज में आगे जाना चाहते हैं, या तो फिर maybe some of you wish to go abroad, so just make sure you do spend some time with some social activities, though that will give you a lot of credits and help you secure admissions also. So don't miss out on that. Yeah, so some of the activities here you can see. We also teach them basic gardening, because वो गांव से आते हैं तो उनको खुद की जो कल्चर है, खुद का their surroundings के बारे में मालूम होना चाहिए. So we also teach them about this. बुक्स सब लोग पढ़ते हैं? कितना लोग बुक्स पढ़ते हैं? अब नहीं पढ़ते, बचपन में पढ़ते थे जब छोटे थे. शायद ज्यादा पढ़ते होंगे जब छोटे होंगे. अब जैसे मोबाइल हाथ में आ गया तो अब नहीं पढ़ना. But at least it is important. So what we try to make some efforts by having this mobile library for these children. Similarly, we have an Andesari Mein education project. I'll just run through this. Yeah. Can you run this thing? All of you are please requested to sit down.
दीपक फाउंडेशन दीपक नाइट्राइट के सहयोग से प्रोजेक्ट विवेक विद्या पिछले 6 साल से नंदेसरी और उसके आसपास के गांवों में चला रहा है। इसका उद्देश्य ये है कि 6 से 15 साल के जो बच्चे हैं उनकी रीडिंग, राइटिंग और लर्निंग कैपेसिटी बढ़े। इसके अंतर्गत हम हर बच्चे को महीने में 12 इनपुट सेशंस देते हैं। उस सेशंस में हम बच्चों को रीडिंग और राइटिंग की डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज़ करवाते हैं, एक्टिविटी बेस्ड लर्निंग करवाते हैं। हर बच्चे को महीने में 2 बार हम स्टोरी बुक देते हैं ताकि उनकी रीडिंग कैपेसिटी बढ़े।
બાળકોના શારીરિક અને માનસિક વિકાસને આવરી લે તેવી બધી જ પ્રવૃત્તિ આ વિદ્યા સમીક્ષા દ્વારા કરવામાં આવી રહી છે અને હું ખૂબ આભારી છું દીપક નાઇટ્રેટ કે જેમણે આ પ્રોજેક્ટ અમારી શાળામાં રાખ્યો અને જેનાથી અમારા બાળકોને ઘણો બધો લાભ થયેલો છે.
આ પ્રોજેક્ટમાં વાર્તાઓ દ્વારા બાળકોને અલગ અલગ રીતે ભણાવવામાં આવે છે. વાર્તાઓ દ્વારા આત્મવિશ્વાસ, સામાજિક, ભાવનાત્મક અને સર્જનાત્મક ક્ષમતાનો વિકાસ થાય છે. બાળકોને અલગ અલગ વાર્તાઓથી વિચારશીલ બને છે.
અમે નાના બાળકોને ગુજરાતી, ગણિત અને બેઝિક ઇંગ્લિશ ભણાવીએ છે. નવી નવી પ્રવૃત્તિનો ઉપયોગ કરી બાળકોને રમતા રમતા અભ્યાસ કરાવવામાં મદદરૂપ થઈએ છે. અત્યારના આધુનિક સમયમાં ટેકનોલોજીનો ઉપયોગ કરી બાળકને ટેબ્લેટ દ્વારા નવી નવી પ્રવૃત્તિ શીખવીએ છીએ. સાથે સાથે વર્કબુક આપીએ છીએ. તેથી બાળકે ગુજરાતી અને ગણિતનો સમાવેશ થાય છે. તેથી બાળકમાં લખવા અને વાંચવાની ક્ષમતામાં વધારો થાય છે.
લાઇબ્રેરીની વાત કરું તો અમે બાળકોને ઈ-રિક્ષા દ્વારા ગામે ગામે જઈને વાર્તાની પુસ્તક આપીએ છીએ. તેની અંદર ગુજરાતી, હિન્દી, ઇંગ્લિશ આ 3 ભાષાનો સમાવેશ થયેલો છે. અમે બાળકોને લેવલ પ્રમાણે બુક આપીએ છીએ, જેમ કે લેવલ 1, લેવલ 2, લેવલ 3 અને લેવલ 4. લેવલ 1માં ચિત્રો વધારે હોય છે અને શબ્દ ઓછા હોય છે. જેમ જેમ લેવલનો વધારો થાય છે તેમ તેમ શબ્દ વધે છે, વાક્ય વધે છે અને ચિત્રો ઓછા થતા જાય છે. શરૂઆતમાં અમે જ્યારે બાળકોને પુસ્તક આપતા ત્યારે અમે એક પ્રોફાઇલ કાર્ડ રાખતા હતા, જેની અંદર બાળકનું નામ, તેમનું ગામનું નામ, શાળાનું નામ, ધોરણ વગેરે માહિતી આપેલી હતી. ત્યારે એ માહિતી અમે ઓફિસમાં લાવીને એક MISમાં એકત્રિત કરતા હતા. પરંતુ અત્યારે આધુનિક યુગમાં અમે ટેકનોલોજીને અપનાવી છે અને એક સોફ્ટવેર તૈયાર કરવામાં આવ્યું છે, જેની અંદર બાળકની પૂરતી માહિતી આપેલી છે, સાથે સાથે પુસ્તકોની બી પૂરતી માહિતી આપેલી છે, જેમ કે પુસ્તકનું નામ, તે કઈ ભાષાની પુસ્તક છે, તેનું લેવલ કયું છે અને તેની કેટેગરી શું છે. જ્યારે અમે ફિલ્ડમાં જઈએ છીએ અને બાળકોને પુસ્તક આપીએ છીએ તો દરેક પુસ્તક પર એક બારકોડ સ્ટીકર લગાવેલું છે, જેને સ્કેન કરવાથી બાળકની પૂરતી માહિતી અને પુસ્તકની પૂરતી માહિતી સોફ્ટવેરમાં આવી જાય છે. તેનાથી અમને અમારો ઘણો સમય બચે છે.
Through Vivek Vidya, we are supporting age group 6 to 15-year children, those who are in school and out of school. Currently, we are working in 3 states and 5 districts with 10,000 children. Same time, we recognize a good potential of the local community women, those who are ready to support these children within their community. Throughout the last 3 years journey, we ensure that this model is sustainable model. Along with literacy and numeracy, we are supporting children for other competencies, for example, social, emotional, ethical learning, writing, speaking and English skills. So children get more inputs. So mobile library services and storytelling session, which is one of the interesting concept where children get engaged more and more. Recently, this project recognized and awarded with the very respective magazine. It is called Business World for their Social Impact Award.
How do you actually track whether you've made any change or not? So each of the child that we work with, all the 16,000 children that we track with have a unique ID which is assigned to them. And once they enter the program, when they are say 6 years old, लेके वो जब 15 साल का निकलता है बच्चा, तब तक पूरा उतने साल हम लोग उस बच्चे को ट्रैक करते हैं, उसका प्रोग्रेस हुआ कि नहीं वो ट्रैक करते हैं, तभी तो मतलब है। Anything without outcome is really useless, isn't it? रिजल्ट बेस्ड होना चाहिए कुछ भी, आपका कुछ भी आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो कहीं पे भी। I'm sure you must have also thought about what is my return on investment going to be when I'm getting to this university. Am I going to get, pay so much fees, and am I going to get a good job, good enough, right? So everywhere people think of returns. So it is returns on investment, not in terms of the salaries that they get, but for here, we don't expect anything in return. But what is the social return? It's a social return for the child. Getting educated is a social return for us. Now coming to the last part, the second last part, some more time for you to get out of this. Social research is a very important component that the foundation works with. So we have various social research projects, and recently we also concluded the National Family and Health Survey. It's NFHS is one of the biggest surveys in the country, which is held every few years. And we see, from that we get to see the health situation of the entire country's population. So there's a lot of other research activities that we do. We take evaluations, we take impact evaluations, we do baseline research. And one of the very interesting projects of this department of ours is Sangar. Sangar का मतलब क्या है? गुजराती वर्ड है। साथ, संगा के साथ चलना। So this is an initiative to facilitate entitlements by strengthening the utilization of government schemes. Like I mentioned at the beginning of my talk, that there are so many fantastic government schemes. लेकिन लोग उसको utilize नहीं, पता भी नहीं होता लोगों को। आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को तो पता नहीं था, है ना? आधार कार्ड तो सबको पता है, सबके आधार कार्ड है ना? बट गांव में बहुत सारे लोगों के आधार कार्ड नहीं होते, उनको पता भी नहीं होता। So अब कोई भी गवर्नमेंट स्कीम के लिए if you want to apply, you need the basic document is your Aadhaar card. But if you don't have that Aadhaar card, how do you get an access to the government scheme? So what our people here do is ensure that the basic prerequisite documents like Aadhaar card, PAN card, any income certificate, फिर विडोज है बहुत सारे, तो विडोज के लिए, ओल्ड एज के लिए कुछ ना कुछ आपको डॉक्यूमेंट्स चाहिए होते हैं। ये जाओ, ये डॉक्यूमेंट लेके आओ, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, just go to government office. It's a pain. और गांव में तो और भी पेनफुल। एक छोटा सा वो पंचायत का वो होता है, उसमें तो no one helps. Because गवर्नमेंट के पास भी कितना भी ट्राई करते हैं गवर्नमेंट, कितना वो भी करेंगे। So this is a challenge. So what we did, one simple thing we did is we just tried to improve the process by which the people get an access to the government schemes. So इसमें हम लोग we are working in 2 states, Maharashtra and Gujarat, in about 13 districts covering 250 plus villages, and till now we have covered 86,000 households. So every year we give benefit to 2 lakh people, and you can see nearly 5 lakh, 4.77 lakh applications हम लोगों ने करवाए हैं, और उसमें से 4.43 लाख का एप्लीकेशन अप्रूव ही हो गए। मतलब उतने लोगों को गवर्नमेंट स्कीम का बेनिफिट मिला। कैन यू इमेजिन? दिस वन प्रोग्राम इज हेल्पिंग पीपल एक्सेस द गवर्नमेंट, एंड कैन यू रीड द 7,000 crores of convergence means what? What do you mean by convergence? गवर्नमेंट स्कीम की को एक्सेस करके उसमें से जो फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट मिलता है, दैट इज convergence. So most of you know about the Ayushman scheme, na? Under Ayushman scheme, एक person को what is the benefit that they get for treatment? Money. 5 lakhs. Okay, Gujarat gives 10 lakhs, and in other states it's 5 lakhs. So you just imagine the access of so much money to that person in treatment. So if you have 10,000 people who have gotten access to Ayushman, means how many lakhs of rupees you've been able to leverage, isn't it? And for this, we foundation may spend for 1 lakh, so one application, we may spend about 500 rupees. But for that 500 rupees that we invested, the beneficiary is getting 5 lakh rupees ka benefit. So the return on investment is tremendous, isn't it? So that is what I say when I mean return on investment or conversions. So as you can see, what we do is first we quickly go and do a baseline assessment. We find out कौन सा beneficiary कौन सी scheme के eligible है, उनके पास कौन से documents है नहीं है, and then we make applications for them. We deal with the government, and then we ensure that till the time उनको benefit नहीं मिलता है, we help them. But all this is done completely online. So we have a software in which उनका data पूरा record होता है. We have a small card with a QR code जिसमें उसका पूरा information store होता है. जैसे DigiLocker आपको पता है ना, right? So most of you must be using DigiLocker. Similarly, this is a software in which उनका पूरा जो भी documents है पूरे store हो जाते हैं. So जब भी उनको कुछ भी document के scheme के लिए apply करना है, उनको access चाहिए तो हर बार Xerox कॉपी लेके नहीं आना पड़ता. उनके पास पूरा वो उसमें होता है हमारे पास. So then immediately we take a print out, we bear the cost and we help them apply. And yeah, so just to talk about a couple of good schemes, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, there is the Ayushman scheme. Then Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Yojana. Baroda is one of the best, I think the topmost city is in solarization. Isn't it? Most of the people must be having solar rooftops. Right? So this is a very good government scheme for the village level people. Have you heard about this Maji Ladki Bahin Yojana? है ना? महाराष्ट्र में इलेक्शन भी जीत गए because of this one single योजना. So because of this has got a 1500 रुपया एक महिला को अगर मिल रहा है गांव की महिला को, it's a huge difference for her. वो ग्रोसरीज लाए, चाहे उसकी इनकम जनरेशन के लिए कुछ करे, उसके बच्चे की स्कूल की फीस भरे. But that 1500 rupees a month means a lot for that lady. But उसको access ही नहीं होता अगर help नहीं करती. So that way we've been able to generate lot of work out of schemes. And the government is also happy because उनकी schemes चलती हैं. In most of the locations we have a memorandum of understanding with the district administration, the government. Yeah, so and then last one, maybe some of you have gone there. We have a Samaj Suraksha Sangul. I think Dipanshu, you've been there, right, once? This is a place where there are children with learning disabilities, visually challenged बच्चे हैं, physically challenged बच्चे हैं, orphan बच्चे हैं, तो वहाँ पे वो रहते भी हैं और उनका स्कूल भी है. So ये भी हम लोग we are working with the Social Justice Department of the Government of Gujarat, and so most of the time what happens, गांव के जो orphan बच्चे हैं उनको देखभाल के लिए कोई नहीं होता. So then they can come to the school. Apart from that, you also see ट्रेन में से छूट गए हुए बच्चे, भाग के आए हुए बच्चे, हम सुनते हैं ना बहुत सारा, कहीं पे घूम जाते हैं बच्चे. So all those they come to this Samaj Suraksha Sangul and we take care of them. There's also a school for the visually challenged children there, and वहाँ पे we actually train them in how to go about their daily life. They also go to schools and they also learn to give exams on computers. Most of the time, you must have heard about the Braille language, right? So Braille तो है, but उसके अलावा they are also taught to use computers. So most of our children 10th और 12th का exam computer में देते हैं. So otherwise उनको writer ढूंढने जाना पड़ता है. वो बच्चा बोलेगा, वो क्या लिखेगा. But now on their own they give exams based on computer. So we train them. Yeah. So you can see here. एंड बहुत सारे जो फिजिकली चैलेंज या लर्निंग डिसेबिलिटीज वाले बच्चे होते हैं, उनको बहुत अर्ली चाइल्डहुड से ये सब बताना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. अदरवाइज बड़ा हो जाएंगे एक बार तो फिर देन इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो जो अर्ली चाइल्डहुड लर्निंग है उनको, बिकॉज विजुअल तो कुछ है ही, उनको completely black world is their own. So then you have to develop their other senses. So उनको वहाँ पे sensory garden होता है. They are taught how to navigate. They are taught a lot of other things, music, sports, lot of things are taught to them. And once जो ऑफन बच्चे होते हैं 18 साल तक हम उनको रख सकते हैं. बाद में once they are adult, they have to go out in the big bad world. है ना? क्या करेंगे कुछ नहीं आ रहा होता है. So though we also after this school we also train them in certain life skills or other professional courses जिसके basis पे they will also get jobs. It's a very beautiful place. Sometimes please do go out there. You can just walk in. You might want to volunteer there, and if some of you are good with sports, you can train them. If some of you are good with arts or computers or just music or anything, help spend at least one day a week there. It is so fulfilling, I'm telling you. एक बार वहाँ पे जाके आते हैं ना, when you see कि with so much disability and so many underprivileged children are there, हम तो अपना गम तो भूल ही जाते हैं. मेरे साथ ये हो रहा है, तो मेरे पास ये नहीं है, वो नहीं. अरे यार वहाँ पे जाके देखो, कुछ भी नहीं है उन children के पास में. Still how nicely they live and they have got so much of guts. So I would really request and appeal to all of you to once go and visit there someday. आप लोग चाहें तो हम लोग we can even organize a visit for you. So those who are interested, maybe some of your clubs can go there. And right now we have about 340 people there. अच्छा एक और बात जो बच्चे करते हैं, खुद का सब्जी खुद उगाते हैं. Most of them come from rural areas, तो उनको वो एक basic hand तो होता है. So these children don't have to buy vegetables from outside. वो खुद का सब्जी खुद उगा के उनके किचन में वही सब्जी यूज होता है. That's organic. And so they also make a lot of beautiful paintings and things which we help them sell it so that they can get some money out of it. Here are some of the activities you can see. You can see them. ये जो एक बच्चा है उसको they is being taught to walk and all. We also take them for some visits. वो लोग बहुत अच्छा competitions जो पैरा games होते हैं, they also participate in that. Even the visually challenged children participate in chess and all, and some of them are really champions. और मैं 10th 12th की बात कर रही थी, तो one of our child topped the 12th standard in जो visually challenged का जो category है उसमें. So these are really bright kids. Yeah, and these are some of our partners. So where we get funding from, you can see we work with the government. We work with international agencies, we work with NABARD, a lot of other CSR programs that we do. CSR is something that is also will be a big field when you come out in the job market, right? ESG will be a big sector for your job market. So these are some of our partners. These are some of the awards that we got. How do we monitor our projects? Is it that we just keep on पैसा spend करना है कर दो? No. We are a very professionally run organization. So we have, we plan our projects properly. Basically, first we identify what the need is in that sector when we enter an area. Basis which we develop proposals. We have to work very hard to get funding. It's not like, oh, come on, here's your money, you go and do work. You have to prepare log frames. You have to prepare your budgets. Do all micro planning. You have to keep on, when you implement your projects, you have to continuously monitor the progress. There are certain outcomes which are time based. You have to monitor those continuously, and also you have to continuously keep on evaluating yourselves, because ऐसा तो नहीं ना कि जो जिसकी मर्जी है जैसे चलाते रहो. You should get the desired outcomes. Hence, your proper project management is very important. You will also learn as you go ahead project management, especially those students who are business management students will have to learn all this. These are going to be very important aspects. फिर वो आपका NGO हो, चाहे कोई केमिकल इंडस्ट्री हो, दूसरा कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो. Project management is extremely important, and unless you learn that properly, you are not going to get the desired outcomes. So we are very stringent on that. Now coming to the last part of it, how can you contribute? How many of you really feel interested or kind of motivated, like these kind of developmental activities, or maybe not many. Maybe some of you might have volunteered at school level. How many of you volunteered at school level for some work? कुछ भी सोशल एक्टिविटी में कुछ तो किया रहेगा. क्या किया बताओ? Can you? Yeah. Tell.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, from our school itself, we used to, they used to inform us to collect whatever old clothes or useful things that a person can have. They used to tell to collect us, and then we used to distribute at school level itself.
So somewhere or the other you were connected, you try to help out at the community level. Anyone else?
Yes.
Anyone else who worked? What did you do? दीपांशु, कुछ तो तुमने तो बहुत कुछ किया होगा. Little louder. You can give that mic to him. Talk a little louder so that everyone can hear.
थैंक यू मैम.
Get in
जैसे आपने बोला कि डॉक्यूमेंटेशन करेक्ट नहीं होते या होते ही नहीं है, तो मैं एक ट्रस्ट के साथ हूँ फ्रॉम 2 years,
Hey, listen to what he's saying, yaar.
जो हेल्प करते हैं ऐसे पीपल को जो डॉक्यूमेंट प्रिपेयर करके देते हैं. जैसे आपने आयुष्मान कार्ड बोला, जैसे आधार कार्ड में करेक्शन हो गया या पान कार्ड बनाना है या कुछ भी ऐसे.
Please keep doing it.
Yes,
It's a
ma'am.
very important thing. एक आप suppose just imagine. अगर एक कोई विधवा लेडी है, विडो लेडी है, उसको वो विधवा सहाय योजना का पेंशन मिलता है. महीने में भले उसको 600-800 रुपया मिले, लेकिन that gives her an immense empowerment. क्यों? उसको डिपेंडेंट नहीं रहना पड़ता किसी पे.
समथिंग इज बेटर देन नथिंग.
Yeah, absolutely. है ना? So keep doing that. It's very good. Anyone else volunteer?
मैम आपने जैसे बोला वो मेडिकल कंडीशन के बारे में, तो ऐसा कितनी बार होता है कि हमको पता ही नहीं चलता कि डिजीज़ क्या है. ऐसा आपने कभी देखा है कि आप सफ़र कर रहे हो बट आपको पता ही नहीं चल रहा डिजीज़ क्या है?
हाँ, बहुत बार होता है.
मेरी खुद की मदर को 10 months पहले हुआ था. मतलब ऐसे इनर ब्लीडिंग होती थी उनको, बट वो डॉक्टर्स आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पा रहे थे कि हो क्या रहा है इनको. सफ़र किया उन्होंने 35 days तक. उनको 3 सर्जरी, ओपन सर्जरी 5 days के अंदर, बट कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा था. फिर एक लास्ट हुई ऑन 28th day, बट शी कांट सफ़र. आई अरेंज 85 bags of O negative bloods in just 35 days. एंड FPP अलग से है वो. ये जस्ट सिर्फ मैं आपको रेड ब्लड काउंट्स बता रहा हूँ आपको. और डॉक्टर्स खुद बोल रहे थे कि ये आप O नेगेटिव ब्लड्स ला कहाँ से रहे हो. जैसे आपने बोला ना कि 4 हो जाता है हीमोग्लोबिन. मेरे मदर का खुद का 3.8 था ओपन सर्जरी के टाइम पे.
How is she?
नो.
She passed away?
Yes.
Oh, really sorry to hear about her. So see, there is one of us who has undergone tremendous difficulty, but you also, I'm so glad you tried to do what best you could. And I'm sorry to hear about your mother. But at least now, I'm sure this will make you never forget this thing. And it has left something in your heart which will always ensure that you help many people. Isn't it?
Yes.
So keep doing it, God bless.
मैम एक टीम है पारुल हॉस्पिटल में जो वो वर्क कर रही है इस केस स्टडी को लेकर. मतलब वो लोग कर रहे हैं इस पे कि मतलब कोई ऐसा कोई और केस है तो उनको पता चले. थैंक यू मैम.
Anyone else wants to volunteer? Yeah.
Hello, So we help the underprivileged students at our school and other schools to get connected to the computers and help learn the softwares like Microsoft Excel, Word, so that they can get a basic job at offices and also get their emails, because a lot of agencies and so that they can apply for jobs, basic jobs, and get basic necessities to fulfill their life. Yeah.
Thank you, that's very great. Because see, this may seem very small to us. It's common for us, but for some of those people, उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है. एक email ID create करना या basic, word document type out करना या even writing for writing an email. So good, keep.
And we also help them get connected to DigiLocker, because DigiLocker, as you said, DigiLocker has a lot of things that can help them to get connected to facilities that they usually cannot get easily. So yeah.
Good, keep doing.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. So actually I am an associate member of a non-profit organization named Studometrics. So we are a basically school students organization. We conduct workshops and events in schools. So one of our example is Navrachna School, do you know, in Vadodara? So they have another section of school named Nav Prerna for underprivileged students. So we have conducted a workshop of time management there, because underprivileged students might not be familiar with the topics like international relations or economic development, anything like that. So we conduct workshops like that. We have also run cleanliness drives and some other drives. We take students along with us and we all go on cycle from Kamati Bagh, going round about 6 to 8 kilometers coming back. So these were the things we all do.
Excellent. So I see a lot of you have been doing something. So you need to talk about it. क्यों? Because अगर आप करें तो आपके 5 दोस्त भी करेंगे. So आप करते हैं, silently करते रहना, very good. लेकिन also talk about it, and you could also motivate some other of your friends who would have lot of skills like this. किसी को कुछ पेंटिंग, किसी को म्यूजिक आता होगा, किसी को डांस आता होगा, तो भी प्लीज volunteer. Anyone else who would like to share? Yes.
हेलो मैम, एक्चुअली हम बुक्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं. यस, मतलब कुछ अभी तक भी इस इंडिया में हैं जो पढ़ नहीं पाते, एंड बुक्स अभी बीच में मैंने एक इंसिडेंट देखा था जहाँ स्टेशनरी में से एक बच्चे ने बुक स्टोल किया था एंड उसको पकड़ के इतना मारा था. तो हम इतना करते हैं कि जितनी भी हमारी बुक्सेस हैं जो हम यूज़ नहीं करते वो सब हम उनको प्रोवाइड करते हैं जो उनके काम आ सके, एंड साथ साथ उनको हम कपड़े एंड फूड भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं.
Very good. Congratulations. So big cheer for all of those who are volunteering. Yes. Very nice. Very good. Very good. एक प्रोग्राम जिसके बारे में मैं बात कर रही थी ना, जो नंदेसरी एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम, एक स्कूल है जो हमने अडॉप्ट किया है. वहाँ पे बहुत सारे बच्चे इंग्लिश में फेल हो जाते हैं, गुजराती मीडियम के बच्चे गांव के, उसके बाद में वो पढ़ते ही नहीं है. बट इफ सम ऑफ यू वांट टू गो वॉलंटियर देयर एंड टीच देम once or twice a week, अंग्रेजी हम सबको आती है, नॉर्मल लगता है. बट फॉर अ विलेज चाइल्ड, अगर वो एक एग्जाम 10th का एग्जाम अगर वो इंग्लिश का पास कर लेना, वो पूरा आगे पढ़ेगा, वरना उसकी एजुकेशन जर्नी वहीं पे खत्म. तो हमारे लिए जो बहुत छोटी बात लगती है, वो उनके लिए इट्स अ बिग 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 थिंग. इट कैन बी अ लाइफ, दैट वन ब्लडी एग्जाम इज अ लाइफ चेंजिंग थिंग फॉर देम. ये दे डोंट, नहीं आता है, नहीं आता है. वो मैंने बोला ना ऐसे कमल, पण इट इज कमल, अरे कमल અહીંયા आओ, ये तो आवड़े જ नहीं. So it's a big problem, yeah. We don't even realize it. Till I also got into it, I didn't even realize कि इतना problem है, but it's a big problem. So I hope some of you would like to volunteer and help out for these kind of children. And okay. So how can you help out? First thing is volunteering, and I'm so glad some of you at least are doing it. More, please do it. Yeah, some of you can also would like to join some surveys and all that you can do. You can apply for internships with social organizations, not only Deepak Foundation, where you are most welcome, but there are a lot of other good NGOs who work in different sectors, जिनके साथ में आप volunteer कर सकते हैं. This will help the community. It will also help you in return. Because कहीं भी admissions के लिए जाते हो आप लोग for your masters, a certificate for a volunteering or a social work means a lot, हाँ. वो भी आप लोग कुछ नहीं तो अपने ही पर्पस के लिए चले जाना, उसमें भी कुछ भला कर दोगे. So try doing that. And you can also like some of you said you are helping for communicating or maybe some kind of project management, some kind of advocacy. Someone said you are giving books. फिर awareness campaigns organize करना है. जैसे someone raised lot of इतना सब blood organize किया अपनी मम्मी के लिए किया. लेकिन maybe you can also try doing organizing some awareness campaigns on blood donations, organ donations. आजकल तो बहुत देखते हैं हम, काफी लोग करने लगे organ donations. लेकिन ये आप लोग भी कर सकते हैं. मतलब आज यहाँ पे सुन के मेरे 2 दिन लगेगा यार let me do this, but no, be consistent and try doing that. At least साल में 3 से 4 दिन आप दीजिए, volunteer अपना कीजिए. Then social media platform पे भी आप बहुत सब help कर सकते हैं. Social media तो आप लोग profusely use करते हैं ना. Everyone has an Insta account, everyone has a Facebook and what not. So you can also help promotion of social development on your social media. You can help in marketing of products which are made by children or women, rural women जो products बनाते हैं, उसको market करने में आप help कर सकते हैं social media से. Yeah, like I said, some of the skills जैसे कुछ graphic designing है. बहुत सारे NGOs होते हैं, किसी को लिखना, report writing नहीं आती है, किसी को designing नहीं आती. आप में से कुछ लोग बहुत creative होंगे, graphics आपको आते होंगे बनाना, please कीजिए. So many of you might be interested in acting. स्कूल में plays में भी काम किया होगा, skits किए होंगे, college में भी करते होंगे, है ना? So can you create something, some awareness campaigns through your acting skills? Can you teach children to act? Can you teach them to do small skits? Can you make films with them? There are a lot of things that you can do with them. You can also do some research. I heard last year that someone from the School of Technology developed some device जिससे blind लोगों को पढ़ सकते हैं. I think one of your professors was telling me. And so if there is some kind of products that you are developing, that is something great that you could help out. Research कर सकते हो, campus ambassador programs आप बना सकते हो, donation drives कर सकते हो. बहुत सारे छोटे-छोटे NGOs होते हैं जिनको funding का बहुत problem होता है. आप उनके साथ में काम कर सकते हैं. तो doing crowdfunding, donations gather करने में. Event में आप participate कर सकते हैं. Like I said, crowdfunding you can support. And you can adopt a cause. जैसे someone said she's adopted a cause, books donate करना. Do something for plantations. Do something for cleanliness. Something तो अपने दिल के करीब कुछ एक चीज होता है. Someone has a blood donation. कुछ एक चीज तो होती है. अच्छा, dietary diversity के बारे में campaigns करना. Something you can always do. Environmental initiatives है. CSR agencies के साथ में आप participate कर सकते हैं. And how do you kind of find? There are a lot of platforms where you can figure out which NGOs are working in your city. If at all anytime you want to volunteer or intern with Deepak Foundation, you are most welcome. You can just connect with our HR department. And so we have probably your vacations you want to spend doing something for the community, you can do an internship. Even for technology, computer science students or business administration students can also have an internship for developing some software or some programs which can be useful for NGOs and for say children. there's a lot of networking events that you can also attend, जहाँ पे भी बहुत सारे आप लोग NGOs के साथ में काम कर सकते हैं. So that is it. All I would say is basically development sector understanding से आपके future career में भी बहुत फायदा रहेगा आपको. Any civil servant aspirants here? Not yet? Or anyone? किसी ने तो सोचा होगा. How many of you have, you must have all listened to your president? Taneja sir? You are lucky to have him as at the helm of affairs here. He is such a dynamic civil servant. And we've had opportunity to work with him very closely when he was a health commissioner or he was also on the board of our parent company. But see his dynamism, you can learn a lot from him. And whenever possible, try to listen to him when he's talking. Meticulous details में जाएंगे sir. One of the best civil servants of Gujarat County. Very inspiring. Anyone for armed forces? NCC में कितना लोग हैं? So अपना knowledge थोड़ा बढ़ाओ आजू बाजू की दुनिया के बारे में. Please read, improve your language, improve your vocabulary. That will come only when you read, not when you scroll. Read books. किताबों की खुशबू है ना, वो भी एकदम हाई देती है अपने को. Read books. You will improve your language, you will improve your communication skills. एक पूरा नई दुनिया में जाते हो आप. Travel a lot. Young people, don't just go to parks and malls and all that. कभी गांव में भी जाओ. Go to our heritage sites. Learn about your country. है ना? अभी तो अपना life शुरू हो रहा है. So there's a lot that you can do. And that's all I want to say right now. If anyone has any questions, I end my talk here. And if anyone has any questions, I'm open to that. Thank you.
लैपटॉप बंद कर दो.
Any questions?
लैप ऑफ कर दो.
You guys have classes after this talk? Alright. Okay, I guess it's done then. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting all of you. And you always enjoy discussing things with bright minds, but it should also be interactive. So anyway, abhi bhi nahi, kabhi bhi if you feel you want to come visit the foundation, you are most welcome. Just try to understand what potential each one of you has. You are tremendous power. You are powerful people. बहुत कुछ आप कर सकते हैं. All the best.
Good morning. I feel honored to thank Dr. Jai Pawar, Director of Deepak Foundation, on behalf of GSFC University, for joining us today and sharing her valuable insights. Dr. Pawar, your amazing work in livelihood, skill building, and research is truly inspiring. With 16 years of experience in national resource management, you have shown how thoughtful efforts can make a big difference in people's life. You have set an example and inspired many students with your generous work and encouraged them to do so. We are grateful for your time, knowledge, and encouragement. Your work motivates us and keeps striving us for positive change in our communities. Thank you once again for being with us and for all that you have done. Let's appreciate her with a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, ma'am.